What's up, everybody? Welcome in the Vikings Now. I'm your host for today's show, Patrick Seatman. And on today's show, we're going to be breaking down 5 draft targets that I think the Vikings could take on day 2 of the NFL Draft. The Vikings took Jordan Addison, the wide receiver out of USC yesterday. I absolutely love the pick. I think it's going to be electric seeing him next to Justin Jefferson, TJ Hawkinson, and KJ Osborne. I think it gives the Vikings probably some of the best weapons in the NFC, and if not, the entire NFL. You guys, make sure you guys are subscribed. We're going to keep you up to date on all Vikings news, rumors, whatever it is. Every single draft pick that comes out for the Vikings. They do only have 4 more left, but we will have a video for you guys right away once it drops. I'm trying to reach 12,000 subscribers. We're about 200 away right now. So if you guys haven't subscribed already, it's free. Easy way to help me out. Go down there, hit that sub button. So like I said, on today's show, we're going to be diving into 5 draft targets that I think the Vikings could realistically take. And there's going to be a lot of corners on this list and a linebacker. But starting off with the Purdue corner, Trice. Trice, this dude's big, man. He's coming in at 6'3". He's a fantastic tackler with some press ability and good speed and agility. He actually spent 5 years at Purdue, but has less experience than you'd expect. Technique and awareness come and go with him, and our Tom Downey has him as the 16th ranked corner, according to him, in this year's class. But his stats last year, giving up only 47% completion percentage when targeted, 220 yards, 1 touchdown, 10 pass breakups, and 2 interceptions. I think I love about Trice is his size. I mean, if you look at his frame, he's built like a linebacker, but he plays the corner position. This is actually what Dan Brugler from The Athletic had to say about Trice. He said, Trice might never be a high-level technician, but he has exceptional size, speed, and change of direction skills to be a disruptive cover man both early and late in the rep. He offers position versatility with starting potential in press man or cover 3 schemes. And I absolutely love that because that's exactly what the Vikings are going to be running next season under Brian Flores. And the thing I love honestly most about a guy like Trice is that size. You know, you can teach technique. You can teach kind of the ins and outs of the NFL. But in terms of just that pure size that Trice has, I'm incredibly interested as him as maybe that pick for the Vikings at number 87 overall tonight. If the Vikings end up getting him, I would be absolutely ecstatic. I think he could be a big name piece. Maybe he's not a right away day 1 starter for the Vikings, but let him develop and he will turn into a great corner in the NFL. And plus, the Vikings just need corners. But speaking about corners, we'll bounce on over to DJ Turner, the cornerback out of Michigan. And this is a corner that the Vikings will most likely have to trade up for. Tom Downey has him as his 8th overall corner, and he's a fantastic athlete with flashes of stickiness and lots of press background. Again, that's huge for the Vikings. They're going to be running a lot of press with Brian Flores. He's got really fluid hips. He's got good burst and movement skills are all there, but he will struggle against bigger receivers due to a lack of length. And if you look at his stats last season, 36 tackles, 10 pass breakups, actually had a pick 6 with an interception too. But think about DJ Turner, he's fast, man. I think he had the 2nd or highest 40-yard dash time amongst corners in this year's NFL scouting combine. So he's a freaky athlete. He's just kind of that over-the-top speed that I think you need in kind of the modern day NFL with how fast these receivers are. But we can check out what Dan Brugler had to say about DJ Turner. He said Turner's limited length and play strength are amplified versus bigger targets, but he is smart, explosive, and competitive and should continue to ascend in coverage. He doesn't back down and shows the movement ability and toughness desired at nickel in the NFL. And like I said earlier, I do think if the Vikings are going to make a move for a guy like DJ Turner, you're probably going to have to trade up. And I don't see the Vikings trading their current year draft picks, their 2023 draft picks, to trade up in the 2023 NFL Draft. I think the Vikings, if they were going to have kind of DJ Turner circled on their big board, I think they would have to move a 2024 4th or whatever it may be to go get their guy. But hey, Vikings need a nickel corner. DJ Turner, freaky athlete. I would take a chance on him. But I think it's corner, the biggest need for the Vikings. Let me know what you guys think. This will be a pinned comment on today's video. So YouTube's going to throw you an ad break. Just sit back, let it play. Go answer today's pinned comment. Biggest need for the Vikings. I'm still going corner, but you guys can also let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And then also, Chat Sports will be live for the NFL Draft again. We had over 250,000 people join us for day 1. So head to youtube.com youtube.com/chatsportstv. If you see that thumbnail on your YouTube page, click on it, hang out with Tom Downey, Will Scott, Matthew Peterson. They're all going to be there hanging out. Make sure you guys tune in. They do a great job over there. Every single pick will be covered with great analysis and great knowledge. Check it out, the NFL Draft at Chat Sports. So third on the list, I decided to throw a linebacker in here. Honestly, I could have done all 5 corners, frankly, but I decided to go a linebacker here. And this is actually Tom Downey's 5th overall linebacker, Dorian Williams out of Tulane. He's got long arms with great burst and closing speed, has great special teams value with over 700 college career snaps. Reads and anticipation weren't always there. But this guy stuffed the stat sheet last year at Tulane. 132 tackles, 8.5 tackles for loss. He did have 5 sacks, and he also had 7 pass breakups and 2 INTs. I love seeing this because you can really see the versatility in his game with the 5 sacks and with the 7 pass breakups and the 2 interceptions. You can see how he can get sticky in coverage. If you look at the photo on his screen right now, this is a big dude, and I think he can move well. Could be a sneaky guy that the Vikings could take later on in round 3. But this is what Dane Brugler had to say again. You wish Thompson played with better anticipation, but once he sees it, he gets there in a hurry and has all the tools desired for a modern-day developmental linebacker. He has the profile of a key special teamer with the talent to eventually compete for NFL starting reps. And I agree. I think Dorian Williams, I've been a fan of him throughout this whole draft process. I think he would be a big-time pickup for the Vikings because if you look at the Vikings linebacker room, you do have Brian Asamoah, who I'm a huge fan of, their 3rd-round pick out of Oklahoma last year. You brought back Jordan Hicks in kind of a shocker move. I thought he was going to be a cap casualty, but you bring him back. If you could draft Dorian Williams, have him sit behind Jordan Hicks maybe for the first couple of games, work him into the rotation, whatever it may be, I think it'd be a good piece to kind of take the Vikings to that next level in the upcoming year. I'm all in on Dorian Williams. I think it'll be a good piece for the Vikes, but he's probably the one linebacker I would be okay with the Vikings drafting tonight. And guys, we got to go back to the corner position because if the Vikings don't take a corner tonight, I'm going to be extremely shocked. We actually have Riley Moss, the cornerback out of Iowa. Tom Downey's got him as the 13th rated corner in this year's draft. And, man, this guy's a great athlete. He's got great ball skills and lots of experience with over 38 college starts. Lacks ideal length, which could lead to beginning at nickel, which again, I'm okay with. The Vikings need a nickel heading into the year, and then footwork can also be a little loose. But he put up pretty good numbers at Iowa last season. He had 11 pass breakups, an interception, and a tackle for loss. He's actually not too bad of a tackler as well. He's got 47 tackles, and you guys see the hair on screen. I mean, why would you not want to draft a guy with those luscious locks like Riley Moss has, the Iowa Hawkeye? I would love that the Vikings brought him in. He's actually a freak athlete. Footwork obviously not there, but that just burner speed that he has, he's pretty damn athletic. I would love if the Vikings brought him in. Again, he can start at nickel because the Vikings just frankly need a nickel corner. And here's actually what Dane Brugler had to say about Riley Moss, the Iowa corner. He said Moss needs to tighten up his footwork for smoother transitions, which is true. But he is a speedy and springy athlete who takes it personally when a completion is made on his watch. Some NFL scouts grade him as a safety, others as a true zone corner. And hey, fun fact, up until last year, the NFL actually only had one white corner start. Could Riley Moss be the next one? Kind of an aberration. You don't really see too many of them in the NFL nowadays. But Riley Moss, I'd be all in on taking him. And then we got to bounce to another corner here, Garrett Williams out of Syracuse. I really like this guy. He's coming in at Tom Downey's board at number 14th overall for corners. He's got great feet and quickness with the ability to flip his hips well. He's got good technique, highlighted by 0 flags over the last 2 years, but he is coming off a torn ACL suffered in 2022. Overall, I like this guy. I think Garrett Williams, again, the Vikings are going to have to address the cornerback position at some point in the upcoming draft. And honestly, if they don't address it in round 3, I would be pretty shocked if they don't address it in at least round 4, 5, and 6. Like, honestly, if they don't take a corner tonight, I would expect the last 3 picks to probably be cornerbacks for the Minnesota Vikings. It's curious to see what they're doing. Maybe they just rely on a guy like Byron Murphy, a Caleb Evans, or Andrew Booth Jr., and they're going with those 3 guys. But I expect the Vikings to take a corner, and it could be Garrett Williams. Again, this is what Dane Brugler had to say about the cornerback out of Syracuse. He says Williams doesn't have ideal size or strength and the durability of his left knee. is and the durability of his left knee is unknown variable, but he has athletic traits and instinctive capabilities to handle himself well on an island. He has down the road starting potential as a NFL perimeter corner. Again, Vikings, they're going to have to dress corner tonight. That's probably going to be the draft pick. I'm extremely curious to see who the Vikings end up taking, and I'm curious to see how the Vikings kind of maneuver the board. Like if they have a DJ Turner, kind of a higher end corner, or maybe a Keely Ringo, and they want to go up and draft it, I'm curious to see what Kwesi's going to do, because you do have limited draft capital. But if you do have a corner you like, and you did pass on a corner in round 1, could you see Kwesi moving up and getting his guy, maybe moving off future draft capital? It's going to be interesting to see how the Vikings kind of play this. But I'll ask you guys, who do you want the Vikings to pick tonight? I think my guy's got to be Corey Trice. If you stay there at 87, I think he's a great corner. He's got great size. He's built like a linebacker, more developmental piece. But I think he could be a really good corner in the NFL. That's my guy, Corey Trice. Who knows? Maybe they trade up and get another big corner like Julius Brents. If they do that, we'll keep you guys in the loop. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Trying to hit 12K by the end of the NFL draft. And we'll see you guys next time. Skol Vikes.